Alright, so we're going to go back over and see how to add an employee into the payroll. So let's start from our website. Everything starts from our website if you ever have any questions. So basically you come over to the search bar, type in, we're going to look for new hire because they're a new hire, and what we want is the new hire packet. So we search for that. And what it brings up is vendor day and employee resources. Employee resources is what you want. I don't know why vendor day pops up. I'm sorry. So you go to employee resources and you come down here, and I've got every item in the new hire checklist on here for you. So you've got a copy of the checklist, the employee setup worksheet. I don't have a copy of the technology policy for acceptable use. I don't have the NC4, but note there is a new federal I-9. All of the stuff is in the entire packet, so if you click on this, if you've got a new hire coming in, you can print that off, have them start with one after the other. I keep it in that order in their employee file. Sorry, it's just taking a little while, so it's got a little letter. Maybe I need to change that 1112 to 1213, but there's no reason to change it because it's the same stuff. And again, you got new hire checklist, employee staff worksheet, so on and so forth. And what you'll notice when you get down here to the I-9, it's the old I-9. May 7th is the last date you can use the old I-9, so you've got to use the new I-9. Please make sure to take this one out and put the new one in. The new one is right here. It looks completely different, as you can tell. It starts with a bunch of the description of what it is and how to use it, and then it goes into the form, and you've got to have the whole form in the file. All right, so we've got that. So once we get that, we need the employee checklist. So the employee setup worksheet is going to capture at a glance all of the information you need to put in, and it's used by our company, FlexPay. I highly recommend them. Good price, good service. They'll take care of you. So we come back here. We're going to put their last name, their first name, middle name, address, city, state, zip, gender, birth date, social security. All that's going to come up later. Department would be helpful. Base rate is important. And then if they're going to be a W-2 or 10-9 plus their filing status, we're going to get all of that off the other support documentation from the W-4 for this number and the NC-4 for that number. If they don't know how to fill it out, they need to call their accountant. Or follow the directions on the back of the form. So let's dig in. Where do we go? I've got everything auto-populated. This is our server, www.payentry.com/057/login.asp. That you can't just have a link to pay entry. You have to go through that one. That gets us to the right server, 57. All of my information is auto-populated by LastPass, so we're going to log in. Now this is sensitive information, so I'm going to try to block it out. Please excuse me. So we go to employee information, and then you want to scroll over here and add new employee. So I'm not going to actually add one today, but you'll need their ID number. You'll need all of the other forms, and then you just hit add employee, and you're set, and you're ready to go. So let me pause you here, and I'll go do that. All right, so we've got her in. You see her here, Brady, employee number 220, department 220. How convenient, and you're done. So I'm going to X out of that. What we do with these documents is we put them in a green folder in the lateral file. They're filed alphabetically, so it has their last name, and then it has their employee number 220. And that's that. That's how you add them to the payroll. You then want to go back. So the time clock here, you want to go back here. You've already created their setup here. So we come here to Brady, and what we want to do is we want to add her to her department. There's their supervisor. There's their employee code. So you'd come back here and say, okay, here's Brady. There's their department 220, which is summer camp. And then there is their employee code 220, which is their employee number. Just happens to be the same this time. It's not necessarily always going to be the same. So that's it. and we've added an employee. Thank you so much.